21 Rockstar families, and welcome to our weekly VODCAST. I'm coming to you a bit early this weekend as I am off to a conference for the entire weekend, and I didn't want to slip up on my weekly VODCAST duties. So, a couple of quick announcements, and then I'm going to send you off to the strategy session that has a ton of awesome strategies this week to help your scholar for the upcoming week in class. So first of all, I would like to congratulate this week's Rockstar of the Week, Ms. Allison Webb. Allison has taken the Barrett Academy Constitution and become one incredible leader in Red House during Academy time. In addition, she's starting chants in class, and she's really rallying her classmates to do some amazing things throughout the day. So, congratulations to Allison, this week's Rockstar of the Week. So, guys, as you know, this is a very odd/short week. We only have 3 days of school this week. We have no school on Tuesday for Election Day, and we also have no school on Friday for Veterans Day. And I did want to extend a special thanks to all of the Room 21 Rockstar family veterans out there. You guys are amazing, and you give us all of our amazing freedom, so thank you very much. On Monday, coming up on Monday, we have Steve Watkins coming into Room 21 to talk with the Rockstars about how he writes, to talk about the Ghosts of War series and all of those amazing things. I know that your Rockstars are incredibly excited for that. If you could have them wear their Room 21 Rockstar t-shirt, that would be awesome. And finally, guys, we have student-led conferences coming up the following week, beginning on November 14th. So November 14th, November 15th, and November 16th, I have student-led conferences ready to rock and roll. The student-led conferences are literally my favorite time of year because for the first 10 minutes of the conference, your scholar is going to take you through a walk of their progress so far this year. They're going to share some of their work with you. They're going to share some of their triumphs and some of the areas where they want to work on and grow, as well as some of their goals that they have set so far this year. So far, I have 21 out of 28 of you already signed up online, but this form came home on Monday. This kind of just details everything about the conference, and then all of my available times. If you just put a 1, 2, and 3 and number them, that would be great. Or you can also visit this link, and you can just pause the video if you need to, which will show you all of my leftover slots. That will take you to the Sign Up Genius, and you can sign up directly there as well. The back page, guys, actually kind of gives you a guide for how to prepare for the conferences. This is a student-led conference, and some possible questions that you can ask your scholar throughout the conference. One of the cool things about the student-led conference is the first 10 minutes are all your scholar. You get to totally interact with them. It just makes me so incredibly proud to watch them run that part of the conference because they've made some amazing progress so far this year, Rockstar families. And then the second 10 minutes of the 20-minute conference, I will come in with the Stafford County Public Schools report card with and just clarify anything else I need to, and you can also ask me some questions at that time. So those are coming up November 14th, 15th, and 16th. And I believe that does it for all of the announcements that I have. I will see you guys on the other end of the strategy session. Hey, Room 21 Rockstars, thanks for jumping over to the strategy session. I have a ton of strategies to get to, but first of all, I did want to show you what I have just posted, hot off the press, our Earth study video coming up this Thursday, November 10th. We do have our Earth test coming up, which would involve Earth layers and plate tectonics and rocks and minerals. So that is coming up on Thursday. So if you click the picture right here, you will take yourself right to that video. There are house points embedded all throughout the video that you can go ahead and earn if you do complete that. Now, let's go on over to the VODCAST section really quickly, and let me show you what I have up here for the week. First of all, I have added a whole section now, guys, on equivalent fractions and decimals. And I did want to remind you, any of these sections that I have just put a bracket around, you can complete any of those problems and you'll get yourself 1 house point if you bring in your work. Now, the equivalent fraction and decimal problems, if you bring in your work, you'll get 2 points for each of these. And I am going to make this a double house point week because I know that you guys are off 2 days of this week. So if you find some time at home that you'd like to spend on these problems, you can go ahead and earn yourself a few extra points. So the equivalent fraction and decimal problems, typically worth 2 points, now they're worth 4 if you bring in your work. So I have 3 different things that you can go to. First of all, you can go on over to the iExcel site for equivalent fractions. This one is going to be much more basic. You know, what fractions are equivalent, and then you can select those. The second one is actually a really cool game, or I thought it was. I'm sorry about that, guys. This one is going to kind of take you beyond that, which, you know, fractions and decimals to percentages. Once again, show your work. And then finally, this is a game that I was talking about. You can just choose level 1, maybe slow fruit, and then on your bullseye, see how it says 4/10? You have to find the decimal that matches up to that, and then it'll change 7/10, etc. And it'll go through all of those fractions and fraction and decimal equivalencies that we want to go ahead and really analyze and look at, that we've been working on in class. Okay, so I know you're not going to be able to show your work for the game, so if you just write it down that you played it, tell me what time you started, what time you ended, I'll give you 10 house points, but since it's a double house point week, you will get yourself 20 house points for doing that game. Now, the math no guessing riddle of the week, right here for the week, 5 house points if you bring it in, but because it is a double house point week, you'll get yourself 10, and pieces of the whole, guys, you'll see a couple of things here. What I want you to do with these is just go ahead and tell me the decimal equivalency for each of them. So like 1 whole would be 1.00, 1/2 would be 0.50. Remember, we're really working on getting all of these down. These are those unit fractions that we want to go ahead and think about. So let me just do something really quickly. Let me scroll up so you can see this. Okay, so these are all the ones we want to look at. Now, 1/9 we really want to change to 1/12. Okay, and think about those decimal equivalencies. So if I did ask you what is the equivalency for 3/8, you guys would go ahead and say to yourself, okay, 1/8 would be the same as 125 thousandths. Okay, 2/8 would be the same as 250 thousandths, etc. Okay, so if you know that unit fraction, which is 1/8, you can figure all of the rest out. And then let me just go ahead and scroll down really quickly, because here's where you can earn your house points this week, but I do want to see your work. I would like you to circle the largest piece for each of these problems. So is 4/5 larger or is 1/4 larger? That's what you have to determine, but I want to see your work. So think about the decimal equivalencies and think about your unit fractions when determining each of those guys. Okay, your math challenge of the week, I kept the same one up, guys, this week, only because not too many people have completed it, and it's an amazing opportunity, and I can actually count it as an opportunity for a 4 because it does extend us there. Writing challenge of the week, guys, is actually really cool. This week I've taken 4 different pictures, and I would like you to just write the hook sentence for the beginning of a story for each of these pictures. So analyze, look at the picture, and then think about, what could I have as a hook sentence for this particular picture? And then the next one, and the next one, and so forth. So I just want the hook sentence, that lead sentence, the grabber, okay? Figure out what you can do there for that. Our hashtag of the week is hashtag such a short week. Hashtag such a short week, typically worth 5, now it's worth 10, but that is also available to you guys as well. So now I'm going to send you guys back over to Mr. Reichard in person. Rockstar families, I hope that those strategies were successful. I hope that you have a wonderful week. Remember, we do not have school on Tuesday for Election Day and Friday for Veterans Day. Thank you very much to all of our Room 21 Reichard Rockstar veterans out there. We really appreciate your service genuinely. As always, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, do not hesitate to contact me. You guys are the very best families in Stafford County, and I will see you all next week.